Leia Healthcare, looking after you always. Proud sponsors of Real Health with Carl Henry.
Hello and welcome to Real Health with me, Carl Henry, in association with Leia Healthcare. Folks, tomorrow is Workplace Wellbeing Day, and I thought, given the situation that we're in, I bring my top 10 tips episode around how to work well from home. More people are working from home than ever before, myself included. I'm at a desk, I'm sitting more than ever before, and I've had to learn and apply these principles, and they really, really work. As ever with our 10 top tips episode, it's simple. Easy switches that work and make a difference to your health in some way, shape, or form. Grab your pen and paper and take these tips down as we go along. They're simple, but they're going to make a big difference in terms of how you work. The very first one is built around structure. The key thing here is to structure your day and hold on to that structure, especially when working from home. By that, I mean get up at the same time every single day, go to bed at the same time every single day, and go to work at the same time every single day. For some people, they'll be working from the couch, maybe even working from bed. That's never a good idea. Ideally have a separate place, a separate room, somewhere to go that is a work environment or a workspace. For me, it's my office in the house. When I work, this is where I work from. I close the door and I'm in an office. I walk back out into the house and I'm back into the home environment. That structure is really, really important. And the same applies when it comes to your food, that you're structuring your meals with breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, and dinner. So keeping yourself fueled all day, just as you would in work, and it's applying that structure to the home environment. At this stage, if you've been working from home for a couple of weeks, you'll know how important it is. And if you haven't done it yet, genuinely, it is one of the most important things you can do for workplace well-being when working from home. My second key tip is about how you set up your desk and set up your chair. I've had so many people on to me by email and on social media with back pain, neck pain, lots of pain, all built around the fact they're working from home in an incorrect way. There's 3 simple things to look for when it comes to your position at your desk. The first is your eye line and your eye position. You should be looking straight ahead or even a little bit higher than straight ahead when you're looking at a monitor or a laptop. If your laptop is down and you're looking down at it, chances are you're going to get neck pain, you're going to get that back pain because you're looking down at something all the time. The second key thing is if you had separate monitors, as opposed to just turning your head to the left or your head to the right, turn the chair or just turn your body from the hips and from the waistline. So you turn towards it and you turn towards it as opposed to just turning your head and again, getting that neck pain. In terms of the core, engaging it is really important. Putting your belly button in towards your spine is the easiest way with which to do this. So as you're sitting there, nice and tall in the posture, belly button to spine and hold in that position there. Just random times during the day. It'll help to keep your posture and your core really, really good. The third key tip for how you set up your desk is around your leg position. When you're sitting in the chair, there should be a straight line from your hip to your knee and a straight line from your knee to the floor or your ankle. Those 2 straight lines are really important in terms of how you set yourself up. And again, reducing the risk of back pain and injuries when working from home. That setup's crucial. You're spending between 8 to 10 hours, chances are, at this makeshift desk. You need it set up properly. So again, eye line, core, and seat position are all really, really, really important. And ideally have a desk to work from, not the couch, not the bed, not slouching. You want to sit properly just as you would in work and have that work environment. Tip number 3 is all based around water. If you've listened to the podcast or you follow me on social media, you'll know hydration is so important to me to keep people healthy. Now we're working from home, it can be an easy thing to forget. Ideally, you're looking at 2 litres of water a day minimal. One of the easiest ways to do this is don't get glasses, don't get cups, get a really big bottle. A 1.5 litre bottle of water is a handy one to have. Most of the ones in the supermarkets are around that size. Fill it in the morning and have it gone before you go to bed. That between 1.5 and 2 litres is crucial. If you don't like it, you can flavour it up really, really easily using cucumber, using mint, using fruit. Just don't use the squeezy stuff. And people always ask me the question around still or sparkling and which is better. The reality is it depends on the person. For me, I love still water. I don't like sparkling water, but some people are the opposite. Sparkling is still okay. It can be a little bit gassy, which is not brilliant, but it's fine. It's much better than fizzy drinks or soft drinks or anything like that. But getting that hydration is important. If you haven't been and you go on to 2 litres a day, yes, you're going to go to the loo an awful lot more, but that will settle after a couple of days. And in terms of how you know if you're hydrated or not, it's the color of your urine. It should be pretty much clear or there or thereabouts. If it's yellow in color or dark in color, you are dehydrated, and that will affect your attention span, your ability to work well from home, your ability to do meetings well, because you're dehydrated and your concentration levels aren't as good as they should be. Tip number 4, it's based around food and it's based around eating. Food is our fuel for life. It's our fuel for work. It's our fuel for family life. And getting that food right and getting enough food in is really, really important. Always start your day off with breakfast, the most important meal of the day. No doubt about it. Make that a healthy breakfast. So it could be porridge. Very cheap, big in fashion. Eggs on whole grain toast, something like that. Scrambled eggs, really good. Some Weetabix will be fine if you're going the cereal route. But have a really good, healthy breakfast. If you want to have tea or coffee with it, fantastic. If it's juice, go for freshly squeezed juice as opposed to bottles or cartons, because freshly squeezed is far better. Then roughly 3 hours later, you want to have a snack. So on my desk here, I've got some cashew nuts beside me. They're my snack after 3 hours, and then lunch 3 hours later again. So you're eating pretty much every 3 hours, there or thereabouts. Lunch, something, again, really wholesome. If you're working from home, you might be able to have some more salads. If it's a sandwich, again, it's brown, some protein and some colour. And your salad is exactly the same, protein and colour. A mid-afternoon snack around 3, a piece of fruit is perfect. Or some more nuts and seeds are fantastic. And as ever, in terms of your nuts and seeds, the palm size is the size at which you're looking for. That's how much you should be taking in. They're fantastic for you, but they are very, very high in calories and very high in fat levels too. So some nuts are brilliant, the whole bag, not so much. So just be careful for the quantity with which you have. And then, of course, dinner. Ideally, dinner should be 2 hours before bedtime in an ideal world. Not always possible, but as a goal, and the fact that you are working from home. I know myself, I'm eating dinner that bit earlier now because I am here a lot more. So it's great because you're going to bed with food digested as opposed to food just sitting there in your stomach. How are you getting on so far? You okay? Okay, good. Here's tip number 5. 5-minute movement breaks every single hour. These are crucial because when you sit, you stiffen up. So you need to move the body a little bit. And that 5-minute movement break will make all the difference. It could be strolling around the house. It could be going up and down the stairs. And today the weather is good. I'll go outside in the back garden for 5 minutes in my bare feet and just walk around the garden and just kind of earth a little bit and just get some light into the body. So that 5-minute movement break is really, really crucial. So don't be afraid to get it and take it because it will keep you healthy. Okay, we're halfway through. We'll do a quick recap. 1 is structure. 2, your desk and chair setup. 3 is water. 4 is food and eating really healthily and eating really consistently. And 5 is that 5-minute movement break every single hour. As ever, you're listening to Real Health with me, Carl Henry, in association with Leia Healthcare. And this is our Workplace Wellbeing Day episode, how to work well from home. We're halfway through our tips. Let's have a look at the next 5. The next one is sleep. I have lots of people who I work with who are working later than ever and taking on more work than ever. And that's a really natural response to the times that we're in. I've done it myself, taking on as much work as possible. The issue there is you're going to bed that little bit later. Ideally, we're aiming for 6 to 8 hours a night and really good quality sleep. And you'll know if it's quality or not because when you get up in the morning, you shouldn't be tired. You shouldn't feel tired. You should be getting out of the bed feeling rested and feeling recovered because that's what happens when you sleep. Your body recovers and recovers really well. So aim for that 6 to 8 hours every single night. It's important. And have a sleep story in terms of how you go to sleep and how you wind down from the day. If you're working later than normal, it's harder to wind down. So roughly 2 hours before bed, begin to relax into the fact that it's downtime, it's relaxing time, be it with some TV or reading a book or going for a walk, whatever it may be. No caffeine, obviously 2 hours before bed, and then have the same routine as normal as you would. As always, you know where I'm going with this one. Tech-free bedroom is really important. Clean bedroom is really important. And some blackout blinds, so a dark bedroom is very important as well for that quality of that sleep. But just be careful because when you're working from home, you can keep going and keep working harder and you get less and less sleep. It's the pillar that everything else is built on. So in terms of work, in terms of home, it's all built on the fact that we need you to sleep really, really well. And working well from home is built around that pillar. Okay? It's a nice tip, by the way, too. Getting more sleep, no one will ever fight you on that. It's a lovely thing to be able to do, but it is important to get. Tip number 7. Now, I am a lister and I love to list. Having a to-do list to do is really important. When I come into my office every day, I have my diary beside me. I have a list of the things that I have to do each day. I get a very weird and sad pleasure when I scribble out the list or put a line through the list, but it gives me a sense of, I've done something, I've achieved something. By having the list, it gives me control and structure over my day. I know what I have to do, who I have to talk to, what I have to do, what emails I have to send, and just keeps me on track. And I add to the list or subtract from the list as I go along. So it's a simple way of getting control over what can be a really busy time. And that control is really, really important. So diary doesn't have to be, it can be a page, it can be an A4 pad, it doesn't really matter. Put a list together, whatever you have to do. And then every single day, start with the one thing that you least want to do. Okay, that's important. We'll all have those things that you don't want to do. Start with that one, get it out of the way, and it's much easier from there on in. Next tip number 8, is separating home and work life and keep them as separate as you possibly can. Sometimes they can blend into each other and it can be very, very difficult. The easiest way to manage this is try and make them as separate as possible. So again, from experience, what I found over the last couple of weeks, I have an office space, I come into it, I work from here. I have my home life outside of my work hours and I keep them very, very separate. It is tough because you want to be in the house a bit more, playing with your family or whatever that may be. It's a little bit more difficult. Isolating yourself away a little bit, having that space to work from, keeping them separate is really, really important. Once you get used to it, you'll find your productivity levels will increase, your concentration levels increase because you can just focus on this. And that's really, really important too. Tip number 9, simple one but important one, is environment. The environment that you work in is crucial. If it's messy, if it's untidy, if it's too dark, too bright, that's all going to affect how you work. Set yourself up for success in terms of space at which you work from. You want that space to be, from my own perspective, clean, tidy, structured, a positive place to work. I'm sitting at a desk with a window in front of me. I can look out. I live out in the countryside, so I've got fields, tractors, trees. It's a very positive thing to look at. It makes sitting here, working here, a really nice thing to do. Even as I'm recording the podcast, I'm looking out at a positive, bright space that it makes it a nice place to be. And it makes the work environment all the more positive to come into. So set that environment up for success. Clean, tidy, important. Even in terms of your desktop or your laptop, if you have hundreds of emails there to get through, that's not a positive space. Work through the emails, bring them down and try and get through them on a daily basis. The same with the desktop or the laptop that you're looking at. Have it organized, have it structured, and take some ownership over it. So when you look at it every morning, it's a calm, positive thing to look at as opposed to something that's out of control and really, really difficult. Okay. Final tip. That's the good news. And that is around efficiency. One of the things I found over the course of the last couple of weeks when I've been self-isolating is I've increased my efficiency of how I work. I've really worked hard at it to make the days that I'm working as efficient as possible in terms of timings, in terms of the speed at which I get through things, in terms of the importance of the things that I'm working on. Getting that efficiency is really, really crucial to working well from home because you want to spend the best time here that you possibly can and the best time with your family or your friends or your partner that you possibly can. So becoming more efficient at what you do, how you schedule those meetings in, the timing of those meetings, the efficiency at which you get through responses to things. Just look at that and try and improve the efficiency with which you do get through it because it is important. And deep breath, folks. I've thrown a huge amount of content at you. Let's just have a quick look back through them. Number 1 was structure. Remember, structure your day. Same time to get up as the same time you go to bed. 2, your desk setup and your chair set up. You're going to sit here. You want to sit here comfortably and healthily. Number 3 is water, keeping hydrated. Very important. 4, the fuel for the body and the fuel for work is food and how you fuel that body. Lots of really healthy things. Porridge for breakfast, browns, lots of salad, lots of vegetables, crucial as well. Tip number 5, about your movement breaks every single hour. After this, I will get up, I will walk around for 5 minutes and then come back to my desk. Sleep is the next crucial one. Number 6, pillar. Everything else is built on it. We have an amazing sleep episode of the podcast with Deirdre McSweeney. Do check that out if you're looking for tips. Number 7, make your to-do list. Crucial. Tackle the one thing you don't want to do, tackle that one first and get it out of the way. Next tip is separate home and work life. Keep them as separate as you possibly can and focus on work when you're in work and focus on home when you're at home. Next tip is your environment and having it set up for success in terms of clean desk, tidy desk, light, looking at something. Make it a positive, empowering place to be. That's crucial too. And the final tip is about efficiency and working your day and your diary to be as efficient as you possibly can. That efficiency will really make a big difference to get through the quantity of work and the quality of work that you get through too. And on behalf of myself and all the team at Real Health, the Independents and Leia Healthcare, I wish you a really healthy workplace wellness day. It's a great day to focus on yourself. There's lots of content out there on social media and on our own platforms as well about how to work healthy from home. I hope this will make a big difference to your day. Keep up the good work and keep working healthily. As ever, you know where we are. It's realhealth@independent.ie, at Carl Henry PT on Twitter and on Instagram. If you have any guest suggestions, do let us know. And as ever, our book competition is still running over the course of the next couple of weeks. We have 5 books to give away of my Healthy Living Handbook. Very simple, just rate and review on iTunes and you're into the competition. Have a wonderful day and we'll see you next week.
Leia Healthcare, looking after you always. Proud sponsors of Real Health with Carl Henry.